You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce Show, but I digress show with Kip and Cam. If you're easily offended or politically correct, this show is not for you. We will offend, and we do not apologize.
Well, as all things, things may have lost their touch. But this is the Bruce and Deuce Show with Kip and Cam, and the I Digress Show. We left an episode here. We went in there. We started talking. We're here on a family reunion on the 4th of July. This nostalgic 4th of July, right? And I was thinking a little bit about the past, about why things happen, why we let ourselves go. What about those days in Mississippi? Do you wish you could go back to your childhood? Obviously, everybody does, right?
I don't think everybody does. No, I'm not saying that I don't, but I mean,
I guess
I think it goes back to the simpler time, right?
Yeah, when you thought less, maybe you weren't worried about the end of the world or the money or the stupid Confederate flag being, this seemed like there was less.
You gotta worry about less, right? I mean, maybe that's the problem, is everybody's trying to be too self-interested as if they didn't grow up, right? Trying to be into themselves. I mean, as a teenager, you're just so into yourself. All you care about is, getting a car, maybe getting a date, just going out and having fun.
Yeah, you're more in the moment. You're worried about more simple things.
Where your food comes from, really. Yeah. You don't have to worry about where you're going to lay your head. I mean, I'm sure that there's people that have differing experiences, but we're talking about maybe the general populace, right? Not people that have had it super hard, but I mean...
So since we can't go back physically in our mind, like the scripture says, don't look back, right? We're talking about mentally, though, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about... Don't really reminisce. You can't really reflect on the past or wish that it was here. You gotta worry about the now. You gotta hope the best for the future, right?
Yeah, you can, because if you do, then you're just going to wallow in the mistakes, especially because for some reason, most people remember those things worse. Maybe because you learn lessons, right?
Right.
From when bad things happen, when you make a bad choice, etc. The happy choices, you live with, you're for some reason. For the most part, they don't stick as hard in your mind. But maybe I'm a pessimist, and I don't know.
Well, this goes back to our previous topic about creating our events in our life. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Now we're here. We had our life. We're at this moment. What do we do with ourselves? Because we have to realize that eventually this day will also pass.
Yeah. Well, I think that we should probably do something more. I mean, just every one of us, right?
More meaningful, you mean, or more memorable? I mean, this goes back to competing. This is probably better to have this than nothing.
Yeah, I think something. I think wholesome, right? I don't think that as many of us are doing something that's wholesome,
like real.
Yeah, real. Real, genuine too. Something that helps you in a good way, not necessarily monetarily. Something that builds your character in a good way. It makes you stronger, more spiritual, more grounded, faithful, hopeful, and for somebody else, even when it's just immediate family, brother or sister, whatever.
And that's something I've struggled with for a while now, as I've been too caught up in the Fight Club philosophy, where it's like, well, self-improvement's just masturbation. Now self-destruction, that's another thing. Because really, what is all this self-improvement? I mean, is it to bonify the ego? I mean, is it to actually become a better person? I mean, what are we trying to accomplish that's going to last?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of the time, self-improvement is usually in the world personal fitness, right?
Well, I mean, you want better finance, a better house, a better car,
the problem,
a better body. But
yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. It's wholesome, I guess if it makes you more of a whole person to be able to help yourself and maybe your family, immediate people, those around you that you consider family, then yes. But, I don't think enough of us are looking to do that. There's no structure for that. There's no kudos to those that do.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest problem. It's like, well, it seems like these people doing whatever they want are being rewarded.
Yeah, selfie sticks, Miley Cyrus's, those types of
You're doing whatever you want. Yeah. I can do whatever I want, and that's the attitude.
Yeah. You get Beetlejuice to bone you, and then, you're a celebrity of some sorts. Infamous or otherwise, you got attention.
All right, so the big
More than the guy that was a philanthropist and, saved a lot of people, right? Or one person.
Yeah. So the big question, the end of the segment question, which we'll always end on now, is the question of the segment, is self-improvement. Although we're born, we live, we die. Is it important to self-reflect and self-improve despite the world around you? Despite what the news is saying, despite the collapse of our moral system, our moral code, we have to have self-integrity, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the most important thing. The world can go crazy, but if I shoot you for the last bottle of water, I lose my soul in a way.
Yeah. I mean, is it worth it? Because, if it was the last bottle of water, you're going to die in a day or whatever it is anyway, right? So what did you really gain?
Right.
You lost everything by gaining that one thing.
Right. So take a moment on this 4th of July, realize what you're grateful for, reflect on the past that got you here, good, bad, or ill. You're still here. Now, what are you going to do to go forward in this next year?
Yeah, for you.
For you on the 4th.
Not in a selfie way. No. Please. Gosh, no. If you have a selfie stick, don't
throw it away.
Just throw it away. Use it as a walking stick, turn it into a lamp. Yeah, do something better than selfie yourself.
Do yourself a favor and unselfie yourself. Oh, gosh. But I digress. On the Kip and Cam, Bruce and Deuce show. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
You're listening to the Bruce and Deuce show, but I digress show with Kip and Cam.